Borderlands, Dead or Alive, the official prequel novel by Anthony Burch. The story begins in the heart of Pandora, a lawless, desolate world where survival is a daily struggle. Two young orphans, Fiona and Sasha, navigate this unforgiving landscape with a cunning born from necessity. They hone their skills in con artistry and thievery, learning to exploit the greed and desperation of those around them. Their lives take a turn when they cross paths with Felix, a seasoned con man with a sharp wit and an even sharper eye. Despite his physical limitations, a missing eye replaced with a whirring cybernetic prosthetic, and a pronounced limp, Felix possesses an uncanny ability to see through their carefully crafted deceptions. He becomes their reluctant mentor, schooling them in the harsh realities of Pandora and instilling a survival philosophy rooted in self-preservation. You always look out for number one. Years later, Fiona and Sasha find themselves embroiled in a grand, dangerous quest. They join forces with Rhys, a former corporate executive seeking to escape his humdrum existence, and a motley crew of allies, each drawn to the allure of a mysterious alien vault. Legends speak of these vaults as repositories of untold riches and power, guarded by formidable alien constructs known as guardians. The journey to the vault tests their skills and loyalties, leading them through treacherous landscapes, perilous encounters with rival treasure hunters, and gut-wrenching betrayals that leave lasting scars. Their pursuit culminates in a heart-stopping moment of sacrifice. As the vault's defenses threaten to obliterate their entire team, Sasha makes a split-second decision to detonate a powerful bomb planted within the vault's core, seemingly perishing in the ensuing explosion. Grief threatens to consume Fiona, but fate has a different plan. Sasha is miraculously revived by a mysterious green crystal embedded in a pocket watch, a parting gift from their long-vanished mentor, Felix. The crystal's otherworldly energy mends her wounds and restores her to life, leaving her with a lingering sense of awe and a renewed appreciation for the precious fragility of existence. Reunited and more determined than ever, Fiona and Rhys venture into the heart of the vault, where they encounter a wish-granting Eridian intelligence, an enigmatic being responsible for creating the vaults and their tantalizing treasures. After much deliberation, Sasha, guided by a flicker of inspiration, makes a wish for a seemingly insignificant item, a mint-condition, first edition Typhon DeLeon Vaultlander figurine, a rare collectible toy from a popular transmedia franchise that has captured the imaginations of children and adults across the galaxy. Armed with this unexpected treasure, the sisters, along with Rhys, decide to retire from the dangerous, unpredictable world of vault hunting and cash in on their newfound wealth. They set their sights on the opulent planet of Eden 5, a world of shimmering skyscrapers, advanced technology, and a culture obsessed with luxury and social status. However, beneath this veneer of prosperity lies a dark truth. Eden 5 is ruled by a ruthless oligarchy of billionaires who maintain their wealth and power through a system of crushing debt that enslaves the planet's working class. Robotic enforcers called secbots patrol the streets, maintaining order and ensuring the lower classes remain firmly in their place. The sisters' destination is the palatial estate of Countess Cassandra Holloway, a cold, calculating billionaire with an insatiable appetite for Vaultlander collectibles and a burning hatred for Gaige, a fugitive vault hunter responsible for the accidental death of her daughter years ago. Unbeknownst to Fiona and Sasha, Gaige is on a vengeful quest of her own, seeking to avenge the death of her father, who perished in the squalor of Debtor's Knot prison after being targeted by Holloway for harboring his daughter. Their paths collide in a chaotic, violent confrontation at the spaceport, where a desperate thief steals their precious Vaultlander, leading to a brutal execution by the unforgiving secbots. The sight of the thief's grieving children, burdened by their father's inherited debt, weighs heavily on Fiona's conscience, deepening her doubts about their pursuit of wealth. Despite the setback, Fiona and Sasha manage to secure a meeting with Countess Holloway. They navigate the opulent alien world of Eden 5's elite with their characteristic blend of wit, deception, and a touch of Pandoran grit. Their meeting is abruptly interrupted by Gaige, who bursts into Holloway's office, guns blazing, seeking to exact revenge for her father's death. A tense three-way standoff ensues, culminating in Gaige escaping with the sisters Vaultlander, now destroyed in the fray, and their hopes of a comfortable retirement shattered. Stranded and penniless on Eden 5, with their only valuable possession reduced to a pile of melted plastic, Fiona hatches a daring plan to capture Gaige and claim the massive bounty on her head, a sum so astronomical it could secure their financial freedom for generations. Manipulating her way into the debtor's prison, Fiona learns from a compassionate guard named Laurel that Gaige had visited, desperately seeking information about her deceased father. Following this lead, Fiona makes a difficult decision. She leaves Sasha in the relative safety of the prison and ventures alone into the desolate Tetanus Wilds, a lawless wasteland where Gaige is rumored to be hiding. Fiona's plan to ambush Gaige in her hideout backfires spectacularly when she is caught by Gaige's formidable robotic companion, Deathtrap. The robot's crushing grip on her throat leaves her gasping for air, her vision fading as she realizes the folly of her plan. Sasha, having escaped from the prison with the help of her considerable social engineering skills, arrives just in time to save Fiona from a gruesome death. A chaotic shootout erupts, filling the dilapidated theater with the roar of gunfire and the metallic squeal of Deathtrap's Digistruct claws. Fiona, injured but not defeated, manages to land a lucky shot, disabling Gaige's arm and allowing them to subdue the fugitive vault hunter. They deliver Gaige to Holloway, collecting a hefty sum for their efforts and retreating to their newly purchased mansion, a palace of luxury and comfort. However, as they bask in their newfound wealth, Sasha finds herself increasingly disillusioned with their lavish lifestyle. Haunted by her near-death experience and the existential dread it awakened, she yearns for something more than material possessions. She proposes a new adventure, hunting a vault on a distant moon, a quest that promises danger, excitement, and the possibility of uncovering the secrets of the Eridians. Fiona, horrified at the prospect of returning to a life of danger after having tasted the sweetness of comfort and security, forbids Sasha from going, leading to a bitter argument that exposes the growing rift between the sisters. Sasha, determined to find purpose beyond material wealth, defies her sister's orders and departs for the moon, accompanied by the recently freed Gaige, who seeks to recover her disassembled robot companion. Their journey takes them to a desolate, airless moon where they battle hordes of bandits, navigate treacherous alien ruins, and face down a monstrous vault guardian known as the Scuttler, a horrifying creature with 6 dagger-like legs and a single, massive eye that spews corrosive goo. Despite their success in opening the vault and claiming its treasures, Sasha returns to Eden 5 empty-handed and even more disillusioned. The thrill of the hunt, the adrenaline rush of combat, and the satisfaction of acquiring powerful loot fail to fill the void within her. Meanwhile, Fiona, consumed by guilt and worry for her sister's safety, uncovers a dark truth. Gaige's father had been imprisoned and tortured by Holloway as leverage against his daughter. The revelation weighs heavily on her conscience, forcing her to confront the unintended consequences of their actions. The sisters, reunited and burdened by their shared experiences, decide to use their wealth to help the impoverished people of Eden 5. Their efforts begin with small acts of kindness, paying off the debts of their staff and those they encounter. They quickly realize the scale of the problem is far greater than they can address alone. Inspired by a suggestion from Rhys, Sasha hatches a daring plan to con the planet's billionaires into funding a massive debt relief program under the guise of a charitable foundation. They leverage their newfound wealth and social connections to infiltrate Eden 5's elite circles, hosting lavish parties, exploiting the billionaires' vanity and desire for social recognition, and spinning elaborate tales of their humble origins and philanthropic aspirations. Their scheme is initially successful, as they manage to extract billions in donations from the planet's wealthiest families. However, their carefully constructed facade crumbles when Countess Holloway, suspicious of their motives, exposes their true intentions during a gala event. With their plan in ruins and their wealth seized by the banks, Fiona and Sasha find themselves back where they started, broke, hunted, and facing the wrath of a vengeful billionaire. Holloway, enraged by their audacity and the threat they pose to her power, unleashes her full fury. She uses her influence to incite the city's elites against the sisters, branding them as criminals and offering a massive bounty for their capture. However, Holloway's true weapon is far more terrifying, an orbital laser capable of obliterating entire city blocks. In a brutal display of power, she incinerates Rustville, the heart of Eden V's working class, leaving behind a smoldering wasteland and countless casualties. Gaige, enraged by the destruction of her former home and the deaths of countless innocent people, joins forces with the sisters in a desperate attempt to stop Holloway's reign of terror. They rally the survivors of Rustville, arming them with weapons smuggled in by Rhys and leading them in a full-scale assault on Holloway's estate, a heavily fortified fortress guarded by an army of secbots and the looming threat of the orbital laser. The rebels fight their way through wave after wave of secbots, their improvised weaponry no match for the robots' superior firepower and ruthless programming. As the battle rages, Fiona, consumed by a newfound sense of purpose and fueled by a dangerous mix of adrenaline and guilt, devises a desperate plan to breach Holloway's impenetrable panic room. She realizes that the laser is targeting individuals based on their debt cuffs, sparing the wealthy elites who lack these devices. In a gut-wrenching act of self-sacrifice, she throws herself into the depths of the mansion's sewer system with the only device capable of paying off the rebels' debts and disabling the laser's targeting system. But fate, once again, intervenes. Death Trap, fully repaired and reprogrammed by Sasha, swoops down into the abyss and rescues Fiona from certain death. They rejoin the battle just in time to witness the rebels, guided by Fiona's plan, hurl their deactivated debt cuffs at the panic room door, drawing the laser's fire and creating a molten breach in Holloway's defenses. The rebels storm the panic room, capturing the billionaire and forcing her to relinquish her vast fortune to pay off the debts of Eden V's people. In a final act of vengeance, Gaige throws Holloway to her death in the sewers, finally avenging her father's murder but questioning the true cost of her quest for revenge. The sisters, exhausted, disillusioned, and burdened by the weight of their actions, bid farewell to Gaige and Death Trap. They acknowledge that they have stumbled upon a new purpose, a path that lies somewhere between the ruthless self-preservation they learned on Pandora and the idealistic pursuit of social justice that led them to near ruin on Eden 5. They depart the planet, embarking on a new journey to explore the galaxy, to use their skills to help those in need, and to continue their search for the elusive green shard, a beacon of hope in a universe often defined by greed, violence, and the relentless march of death. They realize that the true measure of a vault hunter lies not in the loot they collect, but in the lives they touch and the choices they make, even when those choices lead them down dark, unpredictable paths.